The fact that they have not followed us at once into the house, as anybody else would have done, seems to me to show that they have some sense of shame left.
They are eating muffins. That looks like repentance.
They don't seem to notice us at all. Couldn't you cough?
But I haven't got a cough.
Ah! They're looking at us! What effrontery!
They're approaching. That's very forward of them.
Let us preserve a dignified silence.
Certainly. It's the only thing to do now.
Hello, my baby!
Hello, my honey!
Hello, my right-hand gal!
This dignified silence seems to produce an unpleasant affair.
A most distasteful one.
But we will not speak first.
Certainly not.
Hello, my baby! Okay.
You must ask me, much depends upon your reply.
Gwendolyn, your common sense is invaluable. Mr. Moncrieff, kindly answer me the following question. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
So that I could have the opportunity of meeting you.
That certainly seems to be a satisfactory explanation, does it not?
Yes, dear, if you can believe him.
I don't, but that does not affect the wonderful beauty of his answer.
True, in matters of grave importance, style, not sincerity is the vital thing. Mr. Worthing, what explanation can you offer to me for pretending to have a brother?
Belegde.
So that he might have an opportunity to come uptown and see me as often as possible?
Can you doubt it, Miss Fairfax?
I have the gravest doubts upon the subject, but I intend to crush them. Their responses seem to be quite satisfactory. Especially Mr. Worthing's. That seems to me to have the stamp of truth upon it.
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrieff said. His voice alone implies absolute friendship.
You should forgive them.
Yes. I
I had forgotten. There are matters of grave importance here that we cannot surrender. Which of us should tell them? The task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak at the same time?
An admirable idea. I nearly always speak at the same time as other people.
That's true.
Will you take the time for me?
Certainly. Your Christian names are still an insuperable barrier. That is all.
Our Christian names? Is that all?
But
We are going to be Christian this afternoon.
For my sake, you're prepared to do this terrible thing.
I am.
Oh, for my sake, you're ready to face this fearful ordeal.
I am.
Oh, darling.
Stop! Gwendolyn! What does this mean?
Simply that I'm engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mamma.
Come here. Sit down. Sit down immediately. Hesitation of any kind is a sign of mental weakness in the young and physical decay in the old. But of course, you will understand that all communication between yourself and my daughter must cease immediately. On this point, as on all points, I am fair.
I am engaged to be married to Gwendolyn, Lady Bracknell.
You are nothing of the kind, sir. And now, as regards Algernon.
Yes, Sontigasta.
May I ask if it is in this house that your invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, resides?
No, Bunbury doesn't live here. Bunbury is somewhere else at the moment. In fact, Bunbury is dead.
Dead? When did Mr. Bunbury die? His death must have been extremely sudden.
I killed Bunbury this afternoon. I mean, Bunbury died this afternoon.
Well, what did he die of?
He was quite exploded.
Exploded? Was he the victim of a revolutionary outrage? I was not aware that Mr. Bunbury was involved in social legislation. If so, he was well punished for his publicity.
He was found out, Auntagaster. The doctors found out that he could not live. So, he died.
He seems to have great confidence in the opinion of his physicians. I'm glad, however, that he made up his mind at the last and acted under proper medical advice. And now let us agree with this Mr. Bunbury. Mr. Worthing, may I ask whose hand my nephew Algernon is holding in what seems to me a peculiarly unnecessary manner?
That lady is Miss Cardew, my ward.
Mr. Worthing,
Miss Cardew and I are engaged to be married, Auntagaster. Yay!
pardon me.
Mr. Moncrieff and I are engaged to be married, Lady Bracknell.
Yay!
Is Miss Cardew at all connected with any of the larger railway stations in London? I merely desire information. Until yesterday, I had no idea that there were any families or persons whose origin was a terminus.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew of 149 Belgrave Square Southwest, Gervais Park, Dorking, Surrey, and the Sporran, Fifeshire, North Britain. Oh. I have also in my possession, you'll be pleased to hear, Lady Bracknell, certificates of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, whooping cough, registration, confirmation, vaccination, and the measles, both the German and the English variety, thank you.
Ah, a life crowded with incident, though perhaps too exciting for a young girl. As a matter of form, Mr. Worthing, I had better ask if Miss Cardew has any little fortune.
Oh, about £130,000 in the funds. And that is all, Lady Bracknell. Goodbye, so
A
please...
moment, Mr. Worthing! £130,000. And in the funds? Miss Cardew seems to me a most attractive young lady, now that I have a good look at her. Few girls of the present age have any really solid qualities, any qualities that lost and improve with time. We live, I regret to say, in an age of surfaces. Come here, dear. Your dress is sadly simple, and your hair looks as if nature might have left it. However, we can soon alter all of that. A thoroughly experienced French maid produces a marvelous result in a very short space of time. Kindly turn round, sweet child. No, the side view is what I want. Yes, there are distinct social possibilities in your profile. The chin a little higher, dear. Style largely depends upon the way the chin is worn. It is worn quite high just at the present. Algernon?
Yes, Auntagaster.
There are distinct social possibilities in Miss Cardew's profile.
Cecily is the sweetest, dearest, prettiest girl in the whole world. And I don't care tons about social possibilities.
Never speak disrespectfully of society, Algernon. Only people who can't get in do that. But of course you will understand that Algernon has nothing but his debt to depend upon. I'm not myself in favour of mercenary marriages. When I married Lord Bracknell, I had no fortune of any kind. But I never dreamed of allowing that to stand in my way! I suppose I better give my consent.
Oh, thank you, Auntagaster.
Cecily, you may kiss me.
Thank you, Lady Bracknell.
You may also address me as Auntagaster in the future.
Thank you, Auntagaster.
The marriage had better take place quite soon.
Oh, thank you, Auntagaster.
Thank
Thank you, Auntagaster. Thank you, Auntagaster. Thank you, Auntagaster. Thank you, Auntagaster.
I beg your pardon for interrupting you, Lady Bracknell, but this engagement is entirely out of the question.
What?
You see, Miss Cardew is my ward, and she cannot marry without my consent until she comes of age. That consent I absolutely decline to give.
Upon what grounds, may I ask?
Oh, it pains me very much to have to speak frankly to you about your nephew. The fact is, I do not approve at all of his moral character. I suspect him of being untruthful.
Untruthful? My nephew Algernon? Impossible!
I fear there can be no possible doubt about the matter. You see, this afternoon, during my temporary absence to London on an important question of romance, he obtained admission to my house under the false pretense of being my brother. He succeeded, in the course of the afternoon, in alienating the affections of my only ward. He subsequently stayed to tea and devoured every single muffin, every single one. I had no part in it. What makes his conduct all the more heartless is, he knew from the first that I don't have a brother, that I never had a brother, and that I don't intend to have a brother, not even of any kind. I distinctly told him so myself yesterday afternoon.
Mr. Webb, after careful consideration, I have decided entirely to overlook my nephew's conduct to you.
That is very generous of you, Lady Bracknell, but my decision, however, is unalterable. I decline to give my consent.
Come here, dear. How old are you?
Well, I'm really only 18, but...
18? You will not be long until you are free from the restraints of tutelage. So I don't think your guardian's consent is of any importance after all.
Pray excuse me for interrupting you again, Lady Bracknell, but it's only fair to tell you that Miss Cardew does not come of age until she's 35.
35? That is a very attractive age to be married at. London society is full of women of the highest birth who have, by their own free choice, remained 35 for years!
Algie, could you wait for me till I was 35?
Of course I called, Cecily. You know I called.
Yes, I felt it instinctively, but I couldn't wait that long. I hate waiting even 5 minutes for anybody. I am not punctual myself, I know, but I do like punctuality in others. And waiting, even to be married, is simply out of the question.
Then what is to be done?
I don't know, Mr. Moncrieff.
Mr. Worthing, as Miss Cardew states that she can positively not wait till she is 35, a remark which seems to me to display a contempt for the ordinary decency of family life in a somewhat premature nature. I must beg of you to reconsider.
Oh, but my dear Lady Bracknell, the decision is entirely in your own hands. You see, the moment you consent with my marriage with Gwendolyn, I will gladly allow your nephew to form an alliance with my lord.
You must realize that what you ask is out of the question.
Then a passionate celibacy is all that any of us may look forward to.
That is not the destiny I propose for Gwendolyn. Algernon, of course, can choose for who he wants. We have missed 5, if not 6 trains. To miss any more might expose us to comment on the platform.
Everything is quite ready for the christening.
The christening, sir? Is that not somewhat premature?
No, both of these gentlemen have expressed a desire for immediate baptism.
At their age, the idea is grotesque and irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to be baptized. Lord Bracknell would be highly displeased if he found that this was the way in which you wasted your time and money.
Am I to understand then there to be no christenings at all this afternoon?
I don't think that as things are now, it would be much practical value to either of us, Dr. Chasuble.
I am grieved to hear such sentiments from you, Mr. Worthing. They savour of the heretical views of the Anabaptists, views which I have completely refuted in 4 of my unpublished sermons. However, as your present view seems to be one peculiarly secular, I will return to the church at once. Indeed, I have just been informed by the pew opener that for the last hour and a half, Miss Prism has been waiting for me in the vestry.
Prism? Did I hear you mention a Miss Prism?
Yes, Lady Brack. I'm on my way to join her.
Is this Miss Prism a female of repellent aspect, remotely connected to education?
She is the most cultivated of ladies, and the very picture of respectability.
It is obviously the same person. May I ask what position she holds in your household?
I am a celibate, madam.
Miss Prism has for the last 3 years been the esteemed governess and valued companion to Miss Cardew.
Despite of what I hear of her, I must see her at once. Let her be sent for.
She approaches.
I was told you expected me in the vestry deck, Helen. I have been waiting for you there for an hour.
Prism! Come here, Prism! This way. Prism! Where is that baby? 28 years ago, Prism, you left Lord Bracknell's house, number 104 Upper Grosvenor Street, in charge of a perambulator that contained the baby of the male sex. You never returned! A few weeks later, through the elaborate investigations of the Metropolitan Police, the perambulator was discovered at midnight in a remote corner of Bayswater.